and live about everything. So first I wanted to show you my felting mat, and I made it. I renamed my channel. It was Helen and Felting, but now it is Pingva Felting, because it is the name of my official company, and I decided that it will be better to to combine everything, to give all my directions the same name. And so this is my felting mat with a penguin, and these are my 3 favorite needles that I use constantly. And so one is a needle number 36. It is the Japanese brand Tulip. One more 36 needle, but it's, you know, that it's a bit hooked. And it is needle number 38. It is a thin one, and I finish everything with this needle. And I made myself a big felting mat, and I have even more bigger felting mat, one more. And for me it is very convenient because I felt a lot. I need to make some big fabrics and big spaces. For example, I made this when Spain won in the World Cup. I made this. It is Juan Miro, Spanish abstract painter, very famous one in 20th century. And it's exact. It's a good size for this felting mat. Next, I have one more bigger. For example, I have this. Yes, and to make this bigger one, I need space. I need bigger felting mats, and I have them. But of course, my favorite one, and it is very universal, I use it a lot, it is this one. It is about 13 for 17 centimeters. It's not big, but it's good. It is made of wool. It's made of wool, and there is a wool inside, and I make these felting mats for my students who come to workshops. And you know that if your felting mat is soft, it's very good to make some base of fabrics, for example, the base of toys, decorations, because you step faster, you have shape faster, you save your needle. But when you want to make a very thin, very smooth surface, you need a more solid felting mat. So, and when, for example, your felting mat is about several months, it's very good to make very smooth surface of your toys. But sometimes these woolen felting mats spoils. For example, they become very thin and even holes appeared, and it's my personal experience. And what do I do with these old felting mats? I make some decorations. For example, this is Montenegrin island. You know that it was fatter than this, but it became very thin, very hard, and it was even a hole here, and I remade it. I recycled this. And now let's speak about felting mats. You know that I see that there is felting mats made of fabric, and maybe they don't keep wool like this. For example, it was white, but it becomes different colors, because when we create felting, when we step wool, we leave the layers of wool on a felting mat. And you can see here on my example. What I made these Roman numerals. And you know that now I'm not obsessed, but I'm fond of Roman culture, the Roman Empire, and I made some Roman guy, and this notebook, you know that I made flat Roman barrier. I have live how I made it, how I made him, and I just took glue, liquid glue. You know that it's like this, and I just glued this and put press and leave for a day outside because it is very toxic, it's very smelly. And now I have a great notebook, mini notebook, and here I wrote some Roman numbers, and it will be the gift for my students. And I will make presents for my several students. I want to motivate them to learn English. I want to add some interests, and they really love Roman culture because of these battles, gladiators, and yeah, the little ones. I have grown-ups, and I have little students. They're about 7, 6, and I made these numbers of wool. And you know that of course you can make it out of paper, but if you make of wool, so it will be durable. So, and you know that they're so soft, so tactile, and you want to touch it, and you can take it, you can feel it. But of course you can make of plastic, and you can make of paper, anything. And for example, so this is 1, and then 2, 3. So this is 5, then 10, and for example 20. And I explained that, for example, this is 9 and this is 11. Then of course it goes 50, and 100, and 500, and 1000. And I have some quizzes, so I leave, for example, here it is our year. Yes, it is 2026. So they are made like this. And you know that I think that it's fun to play these games because they involve logic, involve some activity. It triggers you to think, but anyway, it's interesting because what are you doing? You just take some letters, and they are the letters like numbers, and it's fun, but it brings a lot of usefulness. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. And so it will be present for 1st September. For the 1st of September, you know that it is the Day of Knowledge. In Montenegro, people go to school, and in Montenegro it's not autumn yet, but anyway, children go to school, and for some it's holiday. It's kind of a joyful day and event, but for some people not. And I hope that this help to celebrate and help to survive this date as the 1st of September. But last year I made penguins with globes. I made these penguins with globes because penguin, it is a very intelligent animal, and you know that it is not as seems like, so it is a bird, but you know that not so we always imagine bird flying, but penguin doesn't fly. But anyway, He's a bird, and a very proud and highly intelligent bird. So, and sometimes it's okay so not to feed in some frames and be out of some expectations, somebody's expectations. Okay, and now you know that for making Roman numbers, I use this pieces of wool. For example, when I cut something, for example, I needed a lot of hearts, and I cut them out of big cloth, big felt cloth, felt fabric. And of course I have some cuts, and I don't throw them. I use cuts for small details. For example, now I actively use cuts for Roman numerals, and I put them on a notebook, and also I made a box with Romans, and also I want to make some flowers, and I told you already that I have this book. I bought this book in London on a flea market, and it is a floral calendar, and it's great because here the flower language, there is, for example, today is August, and today is the 25th of August, and the flower of today, it is a sunflower, wild sunflower. And you know that wild sunflower, it is not like so it is a wild one. It has one stem with many branches, and flower is smaller, and seeds are smaller, but so planted by people, it has one big stem. It is taller, and it is called tall sunflower. Bigger flower, bigger seeds. But today is the day of a wild sunflower, and the 1st of September, it is the day of orpine. It is a very little like heather-like flower of pink color, very beautiful, and you know that according to Chinese flower calendar, I took it from this book, September, it is a month of Mellow, and according to Japanese calendar, it is a month of Chrysanthemum. And I buy little notebooks, very tiny, 2 centimeters, 2-3 centimeters, and I make flat flowers and also glue these flowers to these notebooks. And it is a very small items, but big smiles. I like the reaction of students when I give them these small notebooks of flowers, and I explain that, for example, now it is sunflower on your notebook because now it is the day of sunflower. Today is the day of sunflower, and of course it's now autumn, and it will be a lot of orange colors, and I make metal petals for some orange colors for Day of the Dead that we will celebrate from October till November. And so felting for me, it's additional tool to motivate, to award, to say thank you to my students, to my little students especially, to people who need some motivation, some sparkles. Yes, it helps me to make the process more interesting. And you know that when felting appeared in my life, my lessons became more interesting because, for example, sometimes when I think that everything comes out of control, I get the Harry Potter under my table and say, guys, so now, so let's rest. Or for example, sometimes I have surprises like this Shakespeare, but you know that my students make him bold. Have you ever seen a bold Shakespeare? But anyway, he has an ear and an ear in his ear. And I'm talk too much, and now I think that's enough. And thanks for your comments, thanks for your feedback, thanks for watching me, thanks for watching my videos about how to make this or that, and stay tuned. And nice to meet you here on my channel, Pingua Feltin. And tomorrow I hope we'll make something, some kind of a bird. Oh, I've made this one. Yeah, I made a rubber duck. I made it yesterday before work. You know that yesterday was very, very hot. It was too hot and I didn't want to go, and I just sat, and for 15 minutes I made this little duck. And if you want tomorrow as a live to make this rubber duck, so please write me something in comments and watch my videos and leave your comments and your feedbacks. I'm very grateful that you watch my humble content, and thank you, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.